think that sex is about lies. Because I think that nobody ever knows what really happened. I think that people just make up things. Like people make up that they had sex with people that they really didn't have sex with.
True.
And then, like, it's cool if a guy has sex, but then if a girl has sex or even comes close to having sex, then they're a slut. And then this guy, like, that had sex with this girl said that she was a slut, and I screamed at him for it because he was the one who had sex with her. So what does that make him if he had sex with her and then he called her the slut?
Some people would say that you're considered a slut, and some, you know, that's a harsh word, you know. I really don't see if you're having sex that you're considered a slut. Some people may think of it like that because of what you're doing, how you're doing, and how many people you're doing with.
That just gets me mad, because like if a girl gets to be called a slut just because she sleeps with a lot of guys, then you know what, then you can call a guy a slut, because you know I don't consider that name should be limited to gender.
I don't know exactly what guys want, but guys nowadays seem to only want to sleep with girls. That's what it seems like. There's very few guys that you can find that actually are looking at you or wanting to talk to you for who you are.
The way guys treat you, it all depends, like, basically what type of guy it is and how old they are. Because the guys, mostly like my age, they're really immature. They don't really know how to treat a girl, and they don't know, you know, what to kind of say and what not to say. And so they're basically like unexperienced, but then the guys older, I mean, they know how to treat you and they make you happy for a while, but they basically use you. They only want one thing, as in sex.
It's kind of difficult for girls in these days to build up a great relationship with a guy because they're looking for something into the relationship. Well, like if it's for me that I'm going out with a person, I would want trust in a relationship. Because as my mother tells me, without trust, nothing could go. Nothing could happen without trust. And like the guys, they just want, like if you look good, they'll be like, oh, I bet you I could get that. You know, they don't even know how you're thinking.
I want to be in a relationship with somebody, to be in love with them, to, you know, have that romance, to want to be with them all the time and never leave their side and like truly love them with all of my heart. And yeah, you know, maybe sex will come in that relationship, maybe it won't.
Once these girls think that it's time, that's the right time, oh yeah, you know, he's the one, you know, he's convinced me that he's gonna be there forever, you know, for me, then they think it's okay. And they may not be seeing it as them being a slut, but the guys tend to say stuff to their friends to make themselves look bigger. So like the other guys see that the girls get the label slut is because they think, all right, well, she did it with my, you know, my man or something, like with my friend, then obviously I can get it, I can, you know, do it too. So they put it like she's easy.
Guys have so much pressure on them to have sex because you're not a man unless you're having sex with a girl. But girls are like having pressure like not to have sex, and then the girl gets with the guy and they do have sex and the guy's considered a hero and the girl becomes a slut.
Despite the fact that we have much more sexuality education than we ever have before, and we like to think of ourselves as a very sexually liberated society, we have some very troubling messages that we send to adolescent girls. We still have this good girl, bad girl dichotomy, so that girls who are engaged in any kind of sexual activity are seen as bad girls, and they're sort of written off. In fact, they're often seen as the causes of social problems. If only girls weren't being sexual, we wouldn't have teen pregnancy and so forth, rather than looking at the fact that we don't make condoms available to everybody, that we don't make sex education available to everybody. On the other hand, we have good girls, and those are girls who are virgins, meaning they have not had sexual intercourse.
One of my biggest issues that I had to face this summer was a friend of mine lost her virginity. It was just kind of almost a depressing thing, because I was happy for her, but I was also like just kind of nervous about when it would happen to me and when would be my turn.
A very powerful and real dichotomy that adolescent girls and the adults who care about them are dealing with as they grow and develop is what girls' sexuality is and what boys' sexuality is. Now, we have very powerful ideas and stories in this society about what is normal sexuality for girls and what is normal sexuality for boys. And I think it's very important to recognize that these are stories, these are ideas. We often understand them as physical realities. And I'm here to tell you that that's a myth.